Hello. Okay, just getting everything started. Alrighty, here we go. My name is Ebony Lace Foster, and I am presenting to you this evening a mastery journey in film production. My mastery journey in film production begins with my mastery course that I'm currently in, which is Mastery Personal Development and Leadership. For mastery, I have three goals. My three goals are: one, to develop time management skills, which I will do utilizing a LinkedIn learning course of how to develop your career plan. The strategy for that course is to generate a personal development plan. The second goal that I have is to develop a personal brand. My strategy for this is to network and master soft skills, which the course that will be supporting me in this is the LinkedIn learning course, Personal Branding. The third goal that I have is to develop a leadership philosophy. And the strategy I have for this is to identify different leadership styles and models, which can be found in the LinkedIn Learning course, Leadership Foundations, Leadership Styles and Models. For the second course that I am taking, Filmmaking Concepts and Practices, my three goals include: one, to explore a personal film aesthetic; two, to explore production planning; and three, to learn APA methodology. My first two goals, the supporting coursework, can be found in LinkedIn under Creating a Visual Style, as well as the LinkedIn Learning DIY Filmmaking Tips weekly course that is provided. In the Explore Production Planning, I will be downloading an app called ShotLister so that it will help me to learn how to complete production planning. For learning APA methodology, I will be utilizing the Purdue Online Writing Lab as a tool to understand APA formatting. For script production and analysis, my three goals include exploring graphic novel writing, exploring screenwriting software, and exploring writing for comedy. For graphic novel writing, the strategy I will be using will be to learn graphic novel storyboarding as it correlates to traditional Hollywood screenplays. As found, there is a LinkedIn learning course that I'll be using on graphic novel storyboarding. For exploring screenwriting software, I will be practicing with Final Draft to begin daily writing exercises. And the third course of exploring writing for comedy, in order to accomplish this task, I will be taking an improv comedy class at Not Quite Right Improv in Melbourne, Florida. For directing talent, the three goals that I have include developing on-set skills with talent, exploring the role of the producer, and developing a methodology for conflict resolution. For developing on-set skills with the talent, I will begin shooting a weekly podcast with local guests in Brevard County. To explore the role of the producer, I am going to watch Creating a Short Film by Chad Perkins on LinkedIn Learning in order to understand the difference between the role of a producer versus a director. In order to develop a methodology for conflict resolution, I will explore different conflict resolution techniques as detailed in the LinkedIn Learning course, Team Conflict Management Styles. For the story development for film course, my three goals include developing an elevator pitch for my mini-series, writing an introductory bio, and practicing skills of production preparation and location design for visual storytelling. My strategy for developing an elevator pitch will be to evaluate the feedback that I have received on the branding that I've done from my social media platforms, and to perfect my pitch utilizing the LinkedIn Learning course, Delivering an Authentic Elevator Pitch. In Robert Greene's book, Mastery, he talks about defining a niche. And in order to write my bio, I will be defining my niche and completing a SWOT analysis of my personal branding. For the third goal of practicing skills of production preparation and location design for visual storytelling. I'm going to plan a themed fashion show for the city of Palm Bay in 2021 for the Black History Month celebration. For experimental filmmaking, my 3 goals include converting from Android to Apple, exploring different editing techniques, and exploring the role of fashion in film. My strategy of converting from Android to Apple is to use new Apple devices. Currently, I'm using a Mac computer, so I will also be getting an iPhone and potentially an iPad, and synchronize across all the platforms in order to conform to the industry standards. Robert Greene mentions this in his book about conformism, about basically not standing out. And I know that, Apple or Android, both are pretty common, but in order to really synchronize and just dive in and conform with what's going on in the industry, I think it'll be very relevant for me to convert over to Apple so that I can be on the same page as my peers and leaders in the industry. Exploring the different editing techniques, my strategy will be to research and identify editing technology that will enhance individual aesthetic and visual style. The course that will assist me in that will be the LinkedIn Learning course, Establishing and Breaking Standards of Editing. And in exploring the role of fashion in film, I'm going to study the fashion photographer Rodney Smith in order to create a concept film shot with iPad or iPhone. And the course that will help me with this process is the LinkedIn Learning course, Narrative Portraiture on Location in New York with Rodney Smith. Visual storytelling techniques and technology. For this course, I have 3 goals that include exploring cinematography, exploring lighting, and learning about current visual effects technology. In exploring cinematography, I'm going to investigate In order to explore cinematography, I'm going to investigate types of camera lenses and the aesthetic effects that they provide in film. And the LinkedIn Learning course that will be supporting this will be this cinematography course that provides 3 hands-on techniques. In exploring lighting, my strategy is going to be to practice using 4-point lighting setups in photo shoots for social media. And the course that will assist me in this is the LinkedIn Learning course, Video Foundations, Cameras and Shooting. For the third goal that I have, learning about current visual effects technology, I'm going to explore Adobe After Effects or Nuke in order to determine which platform has the best user experience. And the course that will support me in this endeavor is the LinkedIn Learning course, Motion Graphics. For my film production thesis, my first pre-production course, I will have 3 goals of identifying key roles for creative execution of the final film project, identifying potential team members for final film project, and incorporating community organization into the pre-production process. In order to identify the key roles, I'm going to draft storyboards and prioritize key elements of each scene. In order to identify potential team members for final film project, I'm going to utilize the relationships built in previous classes and through collaboration and full sail events. This is something that's spoken of in the LinkedIn Learning course, Creating a Short Film on Producing. And in order to incorporate my local community organization in the pre-production process, I'm going to meet with teams of Space Coast Cultural Arts and Business Organization in order to determine the roles that students can fill and support on set. In the second course of film production thesis, which is production, I will be developing a production schedule, incorporating community organization into the production process, and establishing a communication plan as my goals. My first goal of developing a production schedule, this production schedule goal will be met by using the ShotLister app that was mentioned in my previous goals. I will also schedule Zoom meetings with my production team in order to determine available timeframes and additional necessary logistics. This was covered in LinkedIn Learning DIY filmmaking tips. For my second goal, in order to incorporate the Space Coast Cultural Arts and Business Organization in the production process, I'm going to get permission slips and waivers to participate as assistants on our sets. And my third goal of establishing a communication plan. For this goal, I am going to set expectations and plan for conflict resolution using the Managing Team Conflict course on LinkedIn Learning. For the third film production course, post-production, my 3 goals will be to become familiar with standard industry editing technology, use After Effects to polish film, and use artificial intelligence to automate as many tedious tasks as possible. The first goal of becoming familiar with standard industry editing technology, I'm going to work in Final Cut Pro X R10 to develop film rough cuts, and there's a LinkedIn Learning course for that. Final Cut Pro X and Logic Pro X, audio post workflow. The second goal of using After Effects to polish a film, I'm going to utilize the green screen techniques and other visual effects for final aesthetic. And the course for this is, of course, learning green screen techniques for video and photography. And my third goal of using artificial intelligence to automate as many tedious tasks as possible. In order to reach this goal, I'm going to utilize Adobe, Apple, and Avid technologies so that they can optimize my post-production processes. And the course that will be supporting me in this is learning AI in video production and in post. And the fourth film production course, film assembly, my goals are to achieve color correction for high quality film, develop original sound bites to achieve my film sound aesthetic, and explore time-lapse editing software. And so my first goal of color correction for high quality film, I'm going to utilize the color palette that was established during the production process. And there's a course on LinkedIn Learning called Final Cut Pro 10 Guru, where we explore color correction, and I'll be using that course to support. The second goal that I have is developing original. My second goal that I have will be to develop original. Sorry. My second goal will be to develop original sound bites to achieve my film sound aesthetic. And so for that goal, my strategy is going to be to purchase a clarinet. And so my third goal to explore time-lapse editing software, my strategy for that will be to experiment with GoPro. And in order to do so, I will be using video production and post tips found on LinkedIn Learning. For the final class that I have in my master's program, it's Business of Film. And my 3 goals for this course are to, 1, explore marketing avenues. And my strategy for this will be to research YouTube and indie flicks. And I learned about these in the LinkedIn Learning course, Creating a Short Film. My second goal is to research film festivals for submission. And my strategy for that is going to be to document entry fees and deadlines for 10 or more film festivals. My third goal is to begin process of creating a film festival in Brevard County. And so I'm going to reach out to the Space Coast Film Commission and Brevard County stakeholders for potential partnerships. As for the industry leaders that I have chosen to follow and potentially reach out to for interviews, the first I have selected is Devon Franklin. He is the president and CEO for Franklin Entertainment, formerly a Sony Pictures vice president. Issa Rae, she is a CEO, producer, writer for a show on HBO, Insecure. Jeff Friday is the president and CEO of American Black Film Festival. Oprah Winfrey, she's a CEO, producer, publisher, just all around entertainment powerhouse. Tindo Nagenda, he's the vice president for original film over at Netflix. And Tyler Perry, who is a CEO and producer for Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. The clubs and organizations that I will be focusing on in terms of networking will be the Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center located in Los Angeles, California, the Writers Guild of America, the Producers Guild of America, and Veterans in Media and Entertainment. My personal learning network will include the American Black Film Festival, Netflix, and YouTube. My Full Sail community network consists of the Veteran Student Union, the Black Student Union, Spark, Future Filmmakers of America, Women in Film and Television, and the Creative Writing Club. The mentor characteristics that I look forward to the most are for my mentor to be a great listener, to provide opportunities for growth, views our relationship as an opportunity to invest, opportunities to invest. It views our my future mentor will view our relationship as an investment, because that is how I will view my relationship with my mentor, as an investment as well. My mentor will be disciplined as well as compassionate. My timeline, here on this first part, it goes from month 1 to month 7. And it includes the first 7 courses. In Mastery, I will develop my personal brand. Month 2, I will learn my personal visual style. Month 3, I will gain final draft proficiency. 4, I will explore the roles of the director versus the producer and develop conflict resolution techniques. Month 5, I will craft an authentic elevator pitch. Month 6, I will create a fashion film short. Month 7, I will choose Adobe After Effects or Nuke for film visual effects. Month 8, I will draft my film storyboards. Month 9, I will set production schedule and draft communication plan. Month 10, I will develop green screen techniques using AI to automate. In month 11, I will create original clarinet-based sound bites. And in month 12, I will research film festivals for submission. And these are my references. Thank you.